Etsy has been rolling out some pretty major updates. If you've been feeling a dip in traffic, your listings look a little bit different, or your shop layout looks a little off, you're not imagining it. But don't panic, this doesn't mean the end of your shop. It is really Etsy doing what Etsy does every year around this time. Now, while some of these changes are minor, others may impact your visibility and your conversion rate. But once you understand what has actually changed, you'll know how to move forward confidently without feeling the need to do a complete overhaul of your shop. Number 1, smarter filters. Etsy has added filters to the top of the search results, and these are great because they're now dynamic filters and they show up depending on what the customer has searched. I typed in t-shirt PNG and we can see here that we have under $10. We can filter by star seller. We can filter whether it's funny, retro, preppy. Moving forward, make sure to complete as many of your attributes as you can. Color swatches. This one is pretty simple, but very powerful. Color swatches now appear right under the thumbnail, so buyers know that you offer different options. Before, they had to click your listing to check to see what colors you offered. Now, if they don't see what they want, they'll just keep scrolling. Also means higher quality traffic when they do click. Basically, if a customer clicks to check if you have other colors, but then they back out, that could, over time, negatively impact your conversion rate. So for me, I love this update. It will help prevent that. Number 3, ad strategy update. This one's really big. Etsy ads are no longer one size fits all. In order to take advantage of this new feature, you will need to be at $25 a day. So I'm currently in my test shop. This is not my actual shop, but I want to show you how you can be able to view the different options that are available to you. But again, you have to be at $25 a day. I'm currently in the ad section of my shop manager, and I'm going to click campaign. And here you can get to your ad strategy, but you need to be at a budget of $25 minimum per day to do it. So I'm going to turn that on. Okay, now my budget is now $25 per day. Now we're going to click manage your strategy. And here you're being shown 3 different options. You can do increase your orders, balance your orders with return, and increase your return. I'm going to click each one to give you a bit more context about it. So for increase your orders, Etsy will increase the potential for orders and revenue, but at a higher cost per order. And we can look at the little graph right here, and it breaks down exactly what they are referring to. Now I'm going to click option 2, balance your orders with return. And Etsy is telling us that they will balance our orders, revenue, and ad spend for a steady return on investment. And again, we can refer to the graphic that this is more equal and more balanced. The final option, increase your return. Etsy will aim to reduce cost and increase return on investment, but ads attributed orders and revenue may decrease. It may result in reduced visibility for your ads and fewer orders, but you should increase your return on investment. And like the other two, we can look at the graphic here to get a visual idea of what they're referring to. And I won't lie to you, before this change, I felt like Etsy ads were a black hole. I wasn't really quite sure where my money was going to or how it was being spent. Now you get to actually choose how your ad budget works for you. And personally, I think that is amazing to have some type of input in how your ad budget is being distributed. You're not going in blind, you have some control over it. I think this is a fantastic update. Search is more personalized. Now you have a better opportunity to match with what shoppers are already looking for. It is all based on the browsing history and what the customer has interacted with, whether they've viewed a listing, favorited, added to cart, or they purchased it. So instead of you trying to rank for everything, your goal is to match with what shoppers are already gravitating toward. And that means creating products that aren't only search, but they're actually converting. Look for those positive indicators like a bestseller badge, popular now, recent reviews, or listings with over 20 in the cart. Then take that demand and create your own version, but better, more unique, and with a fresh twist. Don't worry about obsessing over keyword rank. Put your time and attention into making your product the next one that shoppers look for. Number 5, photos and thumbnails. Etsy has quietly changed the thumbnail crop again. It's now taller, more vertical, more like a portrait style. If your main mockup image is too tight, your click-through rate could potentially suffer because the customer cannot see the entire image, especially if the important parts are getting cut off. So moving forward, make sure that you add extra padding or extra space around your mockup images to prevent the mockup from being cut off in the search results. Now, no, you don't have to go back and change every listing, but what you should do is go back in your shop and correct the ones that have been cropped on the sides, and then move forward with more properly aligned mockup images. I don't love this one in particular because they keep changing it and it's incredibly frustrating to keep up with that. At one point, they had more of a horizontal thumbnail. Then they went to a 1:1 ratio, a perfect square. Now they're doing more vertical. So I don't know how long that one will stick around, which is why I'm not encouraging you to go back and change every listing in your shop because it may not stick around. We have to kind of wait to see what Etsy decides to do. Duplicate listings crackdown. Etsy is now nearly hiding duplicate listings within the same shop. So if you've been adding minor changes to the same design, Etsy isn't really inclined to show them. Here's what I recommend. Cap your variations per listing between 3 and 5, and only if they're truly different. Even better, change the entire design itself. For example, if I'm selling beachy coastal wall art, you can have different iterations of it. I put a prompt in my designs and I'm going to show you the different variations of the same type of design, but they're all a little bit different. So here we have more of a brown, tan, boho type of aesthetic. And then here we have more watercolor, pastel, and here we have vibrant, colorful, but they're all completely different designs. Something that I do teach the members in my Done For You niche club, where they're getting weekly niches that I've researched for them that are all low competition and they're trending. They're also getting the AI image prompts from me as well. And I always encourage them to take the prompt that I give them, pop it over into ChatGPT and ask ChatGPT to give you different variations of that prompt. And you can even tell ChatGPT, give me 3 different variations. I want one to be purple, one to be pink, and one to be yellow. That way you're putting your own creativity and your input into the final outcome. But they're taking the theme that I've given them and they're making it their own while staying on trend and remaining in the low competition, unsaturated niches. And fun fact, that is exactly what I do in both my digital and my print-on-demand shops. Number 7, shop layout changes. This change is twofold for me. One part of it I don't like, but the other I do like. Let's begin with what I'm not a huge fan of. Before the change, shop announcements were right here at the top, right under your banner. However, they've now moved your shop announcement all the way down here to the bottom of your shop, under all your listings, right before the reviews, which is really unfortunate because a lot of shop owners, including myself, and what I teach to my students is to have a call to action in your announcement. Maybe you are running a 50% off sale, or they can sign up for your email list, or you may have a buy one, get one. Anything that you want to put there, a call to action, is now all the way down at the bottom of the shop, and no one's ever going to see that. So I don't love that one at all, and it's a change that I hope they don't keep. I also feel like it's counterintuitive. Why would you move the announcement to the bottom of the shop? That doesn't make any sense. An announcement is there for a reason. It should be at the top. So I'm hoping that they'll take our feedback and pop it right back up to the top where it should be. But the change that I do love is now related items within your shop are right under your listing. Let me show you exactly what I'm talking about. So we're in a listing here, and those items right here are other related items within that same shop. I love that because how it used to be is your competitors would be higher up. Your competitors, where it says right here, you may also like, that would have been right in that area, pretty much showing your competitors right away. The customer has to scroll down a little bit further to even look at the competitors. Your other related items are right there, which I think is amazing. It'll ultimately help with your AOV, which is your average order value, because if they're looking at one listing, a floral wall art, for example, and they go down to the bottom and they see you have other iterations or other collections that may catch their eye, they may buy more than one item from your shop. And that'll make your average order value a lot higher. So I love that your own products show up first. So with all that being said, don't stress over every little change on Etsy. They do it all the time, and they tend to do it around this time every year. And although some may last and they may get rid of others, any update from Etsy, I believe, is worth paying attention to. Now, if you want to make sure that your listings are optimized for conversion, I did create a free guide for you, a listing optimization checklist. I'll have it linked below in the description for you if you want to grab your free copy. And if you're looking for more personalized help, I have the links below for you in the description as well, to either work with me one-on-one or to join my Done For You niche club. And if you're curious how when I reopened my shop, I got an order 24 hours later, check out the video here on your screen now. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.